Welcome everyone to Sachiko and Jarrett Rogers. I didn't even say your last name. It's all right. Nuila. This is our new podcast. This is the first video that we're launching today. Why are you shaking your head?
Nuila. Just wanted to help you out.
Nuila.
Nuila.
Okay, Nuila. I don't know. Nuila. So this podcast is called Unemployable. So Sachiko will briefly explain that.
Wow. That is not what we talked about.
Okay, all right. So unemployable pretty much means that we're unemployable. This is supposed to be an entrepreneurship-based podcast. So we're gonna talk about our journey as our entrepreneur journey. Sachiko owns her own business. I own my own business. We're both serial entrepreneurs, so we have that mindset where if we see something, we're gonna perfect it, and we're gonna probably create something that's a little bit better. That's just who we are. But unemployable, we're not going to work for anybody else again. So you can't hire us. We're brain straight. Am I on the right page?
Yeah, you're doing great.
You can't hire me. I mean, the sky's the limit for me, and that's all I'm saying. So what you got to say about that?
Well, I think you did a great job explaining it. I'd like to mention that we met at OC Young Entrepreneurs. So it's a group that we started in October to bridge young entrepreneurs, bring us all together to learn about business, learn about networking, and really create a family where we grow our businesses together. Mm-hmm. Since then, I feel like I've almost adopted these brothers of mine, with Jarrett being our board chair. And then we have a couple other leadership guys that I'm sure you will meet at some point. They'll come and hang out with us on our Unemployable podcast. It's been a journey, but recently Jarrett actually just quit his job.
Yes.
How long ago?
Thank God.
A week ago? 2 weeks ago?
Look, I quit my job February 9th, 2015 at approximately 8:17 a.m. in the morning.
8:17.
Look, I have this documented, okay? I know exactly when I quit.
I'm documenting that now. 2/9/2015 at 8:17.
That's weird. Why are you doing that?
I don't know. I feel like it's cool. It's like your stamp. It's the start of your journey. I think that's important.
Yeah. So.
I like. Okay, so that's what we're about. That's who we are. But I'd like to rewind a little bit. We've actually never done this, so even though we've known each other for a couple months now, I haven't actually heard Jarrett's story of how he became an entrepreneur, how he started his business. So why don't you tell us maybe what your business is, and then work back and let us know how you got there.
Wow, let's see. It all started back in 1991 when I was established. No, I'm kidding.
You were born in 1991?
Yeah, I know. I'm like your son.
Wow!
I'm kidding.
Wow!
Okay, no. I've always kind of been that entrepreneurial mindset kind of guy. And I follow in the footsteps of my mother. She was always the go-getter minded person, but she always wanted to branch out on her own, but positions that she was holding was general managers of Denny's or a couple other restaurants down in back in North Carolina, but she was always the head of those individual businesses. Yeah. And what I took from that was, hey man, my mom she is a strong woman. Like, we're from the South, and I'm the oldest of 7 kids. But my mom, she's so strong. She's always been kind of an entrepreneurial person. 7, yeah. And I'm the oldest, so I got to represent for the family. So, yeah. But when I was younger, she always wanted me to branch outside of myself and try to take on some businesses. So when I was younger, I had my own daycare, so I had the whole neighborhood on lock. Like, anybody's kids, they came to me, and I was babysitting. So And I love kids. I love kids anyway, so that was perfect. And then I started my own lawn mowing business called Divine Pruning. How about that for an 8-year-old?
Wow.
Yeah. And she helped me buy my first lawnmower. So I was in debt at 8 years old, $500 deep. Um,
Wow.
and I had the whole neighborhood. I was mowing all the neighborhoods. This was on base in North Carolina until the base hired a contract business, and they pretty much sent me a letter and said, you can't cut yards anymore. They sent that to a little 8-year-old, 9-year-old.
Wow.
That you can't
They
cut.
were threatened by you at 8 years old.
At 8 years old by the government saying you can't do this
First
anymore.
round of haters. Many more to come.
But fast forward from there, here I am today. I have my own business. It is Synabo, Synabo. We are a social networking site for connecting mentors and prospective mentees together. So this site, a lot of people these days, um, in particular students, they go into college and they don't necessarily have mentors. Mentors meaning someone in their field that is a professional and is making it already. They don't have that connection with that person. So what we want to do is we want to help bridge the person that wants to be to the person that has already that is in that position. So statistically shown, 27% of students actually get a job after they graduate in something that they majored in. So we need someone that's advocating for the other 73%.
Awesome.
So that's us. And I mean, it doesn't have to be just professional. It could be. I mean, I want to learn how to surf. I moved out to Cali 4.5, 5 years ago, and I told myself I've learned how to surf. Haven't done it yet. So that was a little long-winded version of
No, that was good. That was.
just me.
I
So
paid attention the entire time, and it's very hard for me to pay attention to anything. So that's good. Now, when exactly did you establish your business?
With the state of California, I established March 15th of 2013 or 2014. So
Has it been a year or 2 years?
2 years. So okay, so here's the thing. I was in college, and this idea dawned on me because I was listening to who's now my business partner today, but this guest speaker that came in, and he was speaking on life goals. He was speaking on decisions that we make in life and just taking advantage of what's in front of you and excelling. And what he was saying was so important and vital that I had to speak to this guy. I just had to.
Yeah.
And after he finished speaking, I went up to him and I was like, let's exchange information. I want to take you to lunch and get to know you a little bit better. And so I did that, and he said, you know what, you're the only one out of that whole group of 50 kids that came up to me and asked for my information. And I was like, wow. But after that, I spoke to some of the kids, and they were like, man, I wish I would have been able to do it, but I was kind of afraid. So that kind of had me thinking of, let's create a portal where, you know, people that are maybe shy to come up in front of a group of people can come and connect with us virtually online. I mean, everyone's online, so that's the perfect portal for us.
That's awesome. I love what you're doing, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Even all the different pieces that you've mentioned are kind of coming into place and coming to a head. It's exciting to see.
For all our viewers out there, if you stick to this podcast, which you won't regret doing, you will definitely see my journey as well as Sachiko. So we talked about my business. Sachiko, what are you doing? You got big things coming on. So.
Yeah. So I am the owner, almost the CEO of Nuila Events. I just filed my LLC paperwork on Tuesday. It'll be a few days. I know, that's exciting. But we've gone through a lot of iterations. So it started as a partnership, and it sort of was we do anything and every type of event. And then that partnership didn't exactly make sense, even though she and I are still great friends. And we took on strictly corporate and nonprofit event management. So any type of conference, training, seminar, educational event, holiday party, team building, mixers, you name it, anything that's organization related, that brings people together, that really creates revenue and is a return on investment is the type of event I like doing. And we started about 8 months ago and have acquired several different clients. One really big event actually in Columbus, Ohio that we're working on later this year. And it's been a fun ride, man. I love, love, love the industry of events.
Now, you do events. Now, I love cars. Like, I love like they have cars at the Anaheim Convention Center and the San Diego Convention Center. Would you be able to throw stuff of that magnitude, or like what kind of events have you thrown, and to what magnitude have you done
Yeah.
them?
So if I rewind a little bit, I sort of fell in love with the world of events in high school, planning prom, and then I went into college and did the communication entertainment studies major, but deep in my heart, I always wanted to be a singer. So in the back of my mind and in my heart, I was gonna, screw college and become a famous singer. Well, then I started getting opportunities to work backstage at different award shows. So I did 4 back-to-back Grammy Award shows. I did the MTV Movie Awards. I did American Music Awards. And really just my job was to understand how the venue worked, all the different moving parts, and make sure I was helping people be where they were supposed to be. And doing it on that magnitude and that scale, and I even have, I wish I could show you, the run of show where it's, at this second, Jason Mraz is talking, and 43.5 seconds later, Rihanna needs to start performing. I mean, it's really, really detailed and cool. So I fell in love with just planning events and the underside of events there. Kind of took me even away from my girlhood dream of being a singer myself and made me really want to work more behind the scenes. Then I went and worked for 2 different companies doing their in-house corporate events, so holiday parties, trainings, seminars, workshops, even creating training videos, and proctoring training, so starring in the videos, which are really funny now. Really, really funny now.
How
And
fun.
then, yeah, and then doing the training kind of enables me to come from a perspective of knowledge about the training world, about flow, about how to disseminate information, about how to bring people together in a way where they can digest things, rather than just being an executor or a to-do list type of planner. I really partner with my clients to make sure that they get the results they're looking for. And I am obsessed with it. I love, love, love what I'm doing.
Sachiko, are you a perfectionist? I'll take that as a yes.
Okay, wait. I'm reading a book right now called The Procrastination Cure, because I'm not going to talk about why I'm reading it, but it does say in the book that if you're being a perfectionist can cause you sometimes to procrastinate. So I've had to learn to just kind of throw stuff at the wall and run with it. So I'm a recovering perfectionist is what I would say.
Okay, all right. So we need Alcoholics Anonymous for perfectionists right now.
We need Perfectionist Anonymous, yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it seems like this has kind of been something that you thought about a long time ago, you've actually worked on, and it's actually really happening the way you want it to, right? Where do you see yourself, by the end of 2015? Like what are some of your goals?
Great question. So right now we're in, bootstrapping, grassroots mode. I have 2 part-time employees and 2 amazing academic interns and a sales and marketing contractor who's a part of our OC Young Entrepreneurs group. Shout out to Chris. He's awesome. And by the end of 2015, what I would love to see is having at least 2 more full-time event managers. As much as I love planning events, this is actually the third business I've established in my life. So um, I love events, and I a little bit love the business side of things more. So if I could replicate myself and be able to take a step back and focus more on the business end of things and running a business, being an business owner, that would be ideal. So I need a couple more event managers. I need someone to kind of grow into more of a full-time marketing and sales role. And then what I'd really love to do soon is start tapping into those entertainment-related events. So right now we work with a lot of nonprofits and a couple for-profit companies doing their trainings and conferences. But I would love to grow into doing. Are you yawning? Are you serious?
Look, man. Look, I was up till 3 o'clock last night working on my business, all right? Look, don't knock the hustle, okay? Look, I'm yawning,
What
yes.
time did you
I
get
just
up,
had some Chipotle, because Chipotle is my life, okay? Okay,
Anywho, not to bore you, but I would like to get into entertainment events specifically. So my dream one day, if I fast forwarded 15 years, I would be doing my own award shows.
Ooh, I like that. So earlier what you were saying is pretty much shout out to anybody that is a program or an event manager, you're looking for some, right?
Yeah, well, I recently posted something for an event coordinator. We got 320 applications. So apparently people really want to work in events. And it's actually, fun fact, the fastest growing industry from 2010 to 2020 is the event industry. So I don't have a shortage of applicants, although we're more than happy to take more. But really, it's just kind of growing that book of business so that I can take on more and more employees and grow our service. So yeah, that's us. It's exciting and scary. A lot of roadblocks, a lot of haters, a lot of different situations.
But it's such a fun journey, isn't it, Sachiko? Like to see yourself, to actually sit back and just think about where that first idea came in your head of I want to do event planning, and just the trials and tribulations and the people that have come and gone, the people that were there for a lesson that have gone. It's just like to see where you are today is just something that's just like, wow, it's
right.
Just to reminisce, that nostalgic moment, is really meaningful.
Absolutely. You touch on an important part, because the reason unemployable specifically speaks to me is that not only do I have a hard time, every time I've had a job, I'm having trouble figuring out how to even explain this. Every time I've had a job, I'm about 4 seconds in, I can think of a better, faster, more efficient, more cost-effective way of doing something.
Yep.
And if I'm not given the freedom to exercise those things and grow and sharpen and shape the business, I get bored and I either move on to something else or move on to something else. Really, that's what happened.
For me, I really had the same way, but when I was working for other people, I saw that a lot of them kind of chilled because why? They had people that could do it for them while they sat back and reaped the benefits, drove the nice cars that they wanted, had the nice things that they wanted. But one thing that I also saw was in myself, as I was growing mentally and just growing myself, when I went into work, it really, when I opened those doors, even when I woke up for every night or every morning, I did not feel happy. Now, since I've quit Sachiko, I feel good to be up.
Yeah.
I was talking. I had a meeting earlier, and I was speaking to, and I told the guy, look, man, I look forward to Mondays. I love Mondays. I have never been able to say that before. Yep. Everybody's like, I hate Mondays, and we adopt that theory when we're younger. Oh, I hate Mondays because of school and work. But when you're doing something for yourself, I love Mondays. I look forward to Mondays because I know people are at work. Those people I need to be connecting with. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm eager to start my morning, and it just feels so good. And
Now, did I see on Facebook recently that you were going door to door? You were door knocking? Tell me about that. I'm really curious to
look, the
know.
hustle is strong. You know what I mean? Like if I got to make it work, I'm gonna make it work. So we are currently in our development phase with Sanabo. We're approaching our phase end, and instead of having to go on Shark Tank or uh, talk to any kind of angel or VCs to get money, we don't want to give equity away. So what we're doing is crowdfunding. And so for those that are new to the entrepreneurship way or crowdfunding period, crowdfunding is a way of pretty much asking your friends and family and outside people, hey, help fund my business. This is what we're doing. And as a perk, let's just say I was making, for example, Ford cars. I would say, hey, for helping me, make this Ford car, if you donate $20,000, I'll give you a Ford. If you donate $10,000, I'll give you, some kind of perk. That was a horrible example, but you get the idea. So from that, from that, we get.
I'm gonna start drawing on you soon. Hold on.
Okay, look. No, I don't. No, I'm not using the app. No, yes, it asked for permission. No, I didn't. I declined permission. I did not want you to draw on me. Um, okay, fine. But what it allows me to do is keep all the equity. And so, yes,
Yeah.
I launched it online and I allowed people to donate, but I wasn't seeing an influx of donations the way I wanted it to. So what I said was, you know what? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And so if those people aren't willing to start, helping me out like that, I'm gonna go out and get the funding that I need. So
Oh,
yes, I went out and I hustled. I mean, I went into we're in California, so the hills go like this, and so I had to walk up this neighborhood that was literally like walking up to heaven. Like it was like vertical like this. So you see me walking
okay.
up. Oh my gosh! Like every step was pretty much knee to chest. Like that's how steep that hill was.
Wow.
And I mean, I made a uh, really good dent in the funding that I needed. So it was, yeah. I mean, you have to be passionate about what you want, and you have to hustle for it. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, to wrap it up,
hmm
maybe if you could touch on, and I'm putting you on the spot,
Sorry, I'm
um,
used to it.
but maybe you could touch on just a couple of things that you would like to see Unemployable do. So, people you want to bring in, topics you want to discuss, anything like that.
So things that I like to talk about are things that I'm passionate about. I don't like to talk about things I'm not passionate about, and just this unemployable concept is passionate in itself. I love being able to help someone see the power within. I think that that's extremely powerful when someone understands, hey, I'm worth much more than this. So definitely talking about the mind, talking about seeing yourself where you want to be. Um, Also knowing, hey, there's more to me than working for someone else. So 10 reasons not to get a job. That's one that I will be talking on. Um, I mean, bringing on people that have made it. So some of our mentors, I would love to bring on one of my mentors, you as well,
Yeah.
to give a little bit of their feedback and a little brief synopsis of their journey. Things like that is what really I think people want to hear and um, would make it more interesting. I mean, why not hear from someone that has made it? Me and you, or you and I, all my grammar freaks out there are gonna correct me, but but it's important for them to be on the journey with us. But we also want um, others that have made it to talk as well. That kind of touches on the point of Sanabo. That's what it is. So, what about you?
Awesome. Um, I don't know, ditto. I mean,
What?
I feel the same way.
Oh,
I'd love to talk about sort of a day in the life of a young entrepreneur, a day in the life of a startup. we'll have two very different perspectives because our businesses are so different, and yet still very similar. I'd love to also hear from aspiring entrepreneurs, so people who, like you from our.
I was just about to say that.
I love him. But just being able to hear from him or answer questions or, whatever we can do. I will be the first to say I do not know everything. I don't know what I don't know, but I'm a sponge and I will figure anything out. You throw it at me, I will figure it out. And so being able to be around other hungry people like us who have that spirit, I would love to be able to, at some point, chat with Analia, bring Caleb on. Wow.
That's my baby. That's my baby. Who's Caleb?
Wow.
That's your baby.
The love of my life. Who put a ring on it?
Oh,
anyways. I just.
And you're doing the hand movements too. You might as well do the hand thing too.
I'm still a giddy newlywed. I love it.
All right.
But yeah, I would love that, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. But it's been fun. It's gonna be a good journey.
Really good. And we are excited for everyone that's out there to just stick with it. If I could, to help in this video, I would just like to offer a couple tips to everyone out there. Number one, stick with Unemployable. We're going to help you guys. If you have any advice for us, leave it in the comments. Subscribe. This is part of us giving back to you all. But figure out what you want to do. Get a piece of paper. See right where you want to be in 10 years. Then put it to 5 years. Then 1 year. And then figure out what you want to do bit by bit to get there. I told you a quote earlier. It said, small yet effective movements get you to where you want to be. The Taj Mahal is not built in one night. So that's my little bit. Sachiko, if you want to end it off with a quote or some kind of tip.
I don't have a quote, but I will say if you're in the local Orange County area, join us, OC Young Entrepreneurs. We have a great, great group. You can find us on meetup.com. Just search for OC Young Entrepreneurs. And then OCYE.net is our website that we probably need to do a better job of updating. But find us, connect with us. We want to hang out with you. We want to grow with you. And thank you for hanging out with us today. We'll see you soon.
Guys. Peace.